Hello. Can everyone hear me all right? Messed with some settings, so hopefully it's all still working. Let me make sure I got everything up and working. All right. Hello, hello. Okay, hello. Are things working a little better now? Let's see. Tried changing some settings. Not sure if it's coming through. YouTube is not happy with me. I do believe it's on my side. Because I'm getting some, I don't know why my computer today, it seems to be running, I don't know, a lot of background things, or Streamlabs is angry, I don't know what's happening. Let's see. How bad are we lagging now? It looks like we might have come back a little bit. Lowered some settings and stuff to try to make this work. Maybe I can lower even more. Let's go with this. Yeah. Getting some buffering. It's not as bad as it was. Okay, it was pretty bad before, so good that it's not as bad. Let me see. I might switch over to PNG now. I'll be right back. Okay. Hello. Is it working yet? I tried a couple different things, and even even my backup wanted to take a little bit of time to load up, so it got me a little worried there. But hopefully it's a little smoother now. Let me check what our stats say. YouTube's still not quite happy yet. Ooh, Streamlabs seems pretty unhappy in general, actually. What do I need to change? What is eating up all of the memory, or all of the CPU? I think OBS is going a little crazy today, and I'm not sure why. The triumphant return. That's the hope. Can y'all see, like, hear me all right now? See me all right now? Or is it still having major lag issues, buffering issues and such? Let's see. Let me see. It looks like, all right, we're going back to green. We're going back to green. That's a good sign. I don't know what's chewing through all of my CPU today. I do think it's on my end. But this might be workable. Not to jinx it, but looks like we're in the clear. Okay. That's good, that's good. Still not sure why it was working for the last few streams, but then last stream and this stream we've got some issues, but this will work for now, and I'll try to do some more testing and troubleshooting when we're not live. If it goes wrong, it's your fault now. Oh, now. We don't point fingers here. Working well for me. Good. Okay. Seems like it's working now. Great. Thank you, everyone. And I guess because we started out with our hashtag technical difficulties this time, I'm gonna restart greetings because I'm not sure it all came through, and I want to say hi to everyone. So let's see who's here today. I see MGS Rider, hello. Shator, hello. Mlem, hello. Remus Augustus, hello. Let's see. I think scrolling through real quick, I think I got everyone who's talked in chat so far. Welcome back, all of you. Thanks for coming back and hanging on. PNG now saves the day once more. Yes. This has been a very, very important backup. I hope one day Nal gets to stream without any issues. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your hopes. Your hopes for not being a technical difficulty streamer. Eventually, hopefully. We'll try to make it work eventually. Little by little, right? Yeah. I don't know what crazy business is happening right now. If I look at my task manager, it looks like OBS64.exe is taking up a whole lot of CPU. And so if I try to run basically anything else that uses the CPU, I think it interferes with the encoding. That's my working hypothesis right now. But I don't know, maybe it was a recent update because it was working up until last stream, right? At least mostly working. But we'll see. At least for today, since we're planning to do some more casual stuff, it won't be too intensive, hopefully. and with our PNG backup save, I think things will be hopefully all right. Hopefully. Give us 3 baps again. Bap, bap, bap. Is that good? Nala is too powerful, the computer can't handle her. Luckily, a PNG is one of the 72 transformations. Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head there. Yeah. Luckily, I have this power of transformation. And eventually, maybe the computer will be able to keep up too. Alright. So, for those of you who were following my Twitter, you might have seen that and I think I mentioned last time too, that this Ether IO thing I recently learned about. It looked like a lot of fun, so I thought maybe we could try it out for this stream, see how that goes. If it's no fun, we can do something else, but it looks pretty fun. So let's see. Let me see if I can get that up. And here we go. Yeah. So I was mentioning before, but for those of you who aren't familiar, this site, Ether.io, it's basically a giant would you rather game. Here on the homepage, I think they're just showing like one of the questions it went through before. And so this isn't my answer, but these are the answers of the people, I guess. The answers of the people so far. Let's see. Someone needs to cut that and loop it for 1 hour. Is that good, huh? The perfect backbeating PNG now is said to cure sadness. Oh, I see. For healing the soul. Yeah. So I figured we try it out. We try out this Ether.io thing. I have no idea what kinds of questions it's gonna give us, because I haven't played around with it too much yet, just a little bit. So we'll take this ride together. I think there's like sometimes additional details down here and stuff, but for now we won't worry too much about that. Let's just see how this works. So let's go ahead and click next. Oh, anyone bring tea today, by the way? Just out of curiosity. I've gone back to my ginger and honey. Just to rest my voice, since we just streamed a couple days ago. These people have fine taste. A top hat is high fashion. It's true. Maybe we can bring it back. Bruh. Monkey is pictured. This is so sad. Aww. Well, welcome back, little child. I'm sorry to make you sad. But you know, we gotta work with what we got in this world. So it's a little sad, but I'm glad we can at least all be here chatting anyway. Here's hoping there's nothing too out of left field. Yeah. I agree. We'll see. You'll have to wait a while until our comments can reach you in this game. That's true. I'll try not to go through questions too quickly, so that y'all have a chance to comment before I move on. Yeah, I'll try and do that. Let me know if I'm going too fast too. That might help. There will definitely be something. I didn't bring my tea. Oh no! Oh, that's alright. That's alright. Next time, next time. I still have a few bags of the peach ginger tea from a while ago, but I'm running low. Need to go pick some up soon. Gotta stay stocked up, huh? Yeah, I gotta stay stocked up too. I got plenty of this ginger honey tea still in my pantry, but I'm running low on chamomile. Green tea too, I've been making my way through rather quickly recently, so I'll have to figure that out. Yeah. Oh, alright. Speaking of going slowly, I see this question here I've had on screen. If you saw a gang beating up a stranger, would you rather? Wow, that's a big question to start out with. I thought this was gonna be a more lighthearted stream. Can't win them all, I guess. Would you rather call the police but they don't get there in time, or intervene and save a life but take an equally horrific beating? Interesting. So this is, I guess, if you can predict the outcome, I guess. Let's see. Watch us only do 5 questions because we talk the rest of the time. Could definitely happen. Definitely happen. You know, I was about ready to blame Monica for the issues with our last stream. Because I realized something last stream, which is that maybe the reason why OBS, I was thinking to myself, was taking up so much CPU and struggling so hard last time was because for once, and I just realized this afterwards, for once we had like continual movement on screen and in very like small pieces of things floating around, you know, like because of the galaxy stuff going on. Most of the game had been pretty static up till then, and so I was like, maybe it's the encoder, maybe the encoder's going crazy, and so we won't have any problem as long as we don't have that. But then today actually today started out with hashtag technical difficulties even before the stream started. It was bad. Everything seemed just fine. And then it was about time where I usually start the stream running a little early so y'all can like hop in and maybe listen to the music if it works. While I'm getting ready and about to start. But this time around, suddenly my computer decided to say, no, you have to update the computer or we're gonna use up 50% of your CPU. And so, just as I was about to start the stream, I had to restart my computer completely. And so I hardly had any time to check what else was going on before I officially started the stream. And that's why I think we got started a little late here today. But then even with that, it's still going crazy. I don't know what happened. I'm definitely seeing OBS taking up a lot, so I'm guessing something's going on there. I'm gonna have to look into that. Let's see. Well, if I knew the outcome, I say take a beating. They don't specify how hard the beating was, and I think our bodies can heal, but a life can't heal. That's a good way of putting it. Well, it says an equally horrific beating. So it sounds like, since they use the word horrific, it would be pretty bad. I think it would be pretty bad. But I think we would be alive, I think is the implication there, is that it would be such a bad beating that we'd be like on the brink of death, and it would probably, you know, have a lot of ongoing consequences after that. But at least we'd be alive and the stranger would be alive. And so I like the way you worded it, actually. That's a great way of putting it. I think our bodies can heal, but a life can't heal. That's MGS Rider 2020 quotation. That's a pretty good way of putting it. I think I lean that way myself. simply because if I knew that the police wouldn't get there in time, then I guess it's like if I knew that, then it would make more sense to try to save the life, I guess. Even though I'm not a big fan of being beat up, I'm even less of a fan of, you know, seeing someone's life taken in vain, so... The effects of Monika's influence are still being felt. That's another possibility. Maybe they're in here affecting my hardware firmware after all. Monika's made her way out of the game and is affecting my computer. Can't get rid of it. Yeah. I think the guilt from possibly letting someone die would be worse than getting a beating. Yeah. I think I agree with you there, Remus Augustus. That sounds about right. Yeah. The thing is, you'll feel guilty whether you knew or not that these were the only two possible outcomes, I guess. But especially if you did know these were the only two possible outcomes, the guilt would be even worse, right? But in the reality of the world, you don't usually get such a clear-cut choice like this, right? It's a lot harder than that. Like, you don't know if choice 3 is you intervene but you don't save anyone, and you don't save yourself either, and you both get horribly beaten and maybe get, you know, pass away, and that would really suck. or your intervention could cause some other issues. And so I feel like in a real world situation, I'm very likely to be in the call the police camp, because the police are professionals, you know? And they know way better than me, and I'm way smaller than most people. So I would have a hard time intervening. I have some like martial arts experience, but I don't have a lot of real world combat experience, you know? I'm not like Monkey King, who can take down entire armies by himself, right? I'm a relatively non-violent monkey. And so in the real world, I feel like for me personally, the right answer would be call the police, because they'd be able to handle the situation much better than I can. For some other people who are a little bit, you know, maybe stronger or more confident or more able to jump in, intervening might be good. I feel like, you know, split the responsibilities. I'll call the police. Anyone who feels like they can handle it can try to intervene, I guess. But but yeah, but knowing these two as the only choices, if I had that sort of clarity, then I think intervene would make sense. Yeah. Yep, if you don't know the outcome, you'd call the police though. Yeah, exactly. I think everyone can agree. But knowing the outcome and knowing you were too coward. Yeah, physical pain is better than mental one. Yeah. As humans, we seem to know better how to heal physical pain than mental pain. So far anyways. Even though we're starting to learn that healing your mental pain also helps your physical pain go away faster. But that's the current state of medicine, I guess. No one special. Welcome. Hello, Null. I can't stay for long, but I will watch as long as possible. Okay, alright, thanks for coming. I'm glad you stopped by. It's good to have you, even if you can't stay the whole time. It's good to see you again. Yeah. Alright. I think this one's pretty clear cut for me, knowing the only two choices. It would be intervene and save a life. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a pretty strong majority right there. 74% agree. Wow, there's so many. The numbers on this are really high. What is that? 1 million people responded? That's really cool. Alright. I think I'll move on to the next one. Alright. So for the rest of your life, would you rather eat every meal mixed with carbonara sauce. Or drink every drink mixed with Four Loko. This is a very interesting question. I'm trying to imagine, actually. Every meal mixed with carbonara sauce. Does that mean that the carbonara sauce is on everything that you eat? Or just everything that's considered a meal? Like if I'm snacking, is there carbonara sauce involved? And when it's mixed with the meal, does that mean I just have to put it on something in the meal? Or is it on everything in the meal? I'm guessing we're talking food, things that are considered foods, not drinks, since the other side is the drink side. Carbonara sauce is not bad at all. It's pretty tasty, especially when done well. The problem is, it's basically just fat with more fat. And while I have nothing against that, having that with every meal seems really heavy, you know? I don't know if I could last. But if it's just a little bit, maybe. If it was just a little bit, then everything would just be a little creamier and a little eggier. I think that carbonara is cream, egg, and cheese, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it only has like 3 ingredients. Or maybe even 2. And so that doesn't sound too bad. That goes with almost everything that you could consider a meal, depending how you define meal. So it's like how you put salt in everything. That doesn't sound so bad. I got a question. Is the music playlist in the background your own choices or a set playlist that you didn't choose? So the music playlist is actually a whole bunch of I guess royalty-free music that was offered in the YouTube audio library, I guess. There's a bunch of people, I guess, who were kind enough to contribute their music to this YouTube audio library for people to use royalty-free. And even without attribution, the attribution's not even necessary, but you know, as sort of like a thank you, I wanted to show up. So actually, you can see up in the upper left corner of this stream, I added a little widget that's, hopefully it works, because I'm just testing it out now. I'm not sure if it works perfectly. A little widget I hacked together to show what song and is playing and who the artist is. But all of these I downloaded from the YouTube audio library. And there's a lot of music on there. So these are technically things that I selected myself from the audio library. But it's not like, I wouldn't say like this is a playlist of like, oh, all of my favorite songs ever. It's more like these were some songs that I thought were really nice and could complement the stream. So some of these I'm very new to myself. In fact, basically all of them. So I don't even know if I've listened to all of them all the way through yet. So we might have some surprises. I might skip things if I don't like it, but I think they're pretty good so far. Let's see. Four Loko. That stuff is dangerous. Sign me up for carbonara sauce. I'll just start learning more Italian food. That's not a bad idea. I think actually the carbonara sauce doesn't sound as bad as it doesn't seem as bad as it sounds, partially because I think it would go good with Italian food, right? But it feels like, oh, if you're always eating pasta carbonara every day, now that would get heavy and boring perhaps. But if you can mix it with anything, you just gotta get a little creative, right? It just becomes your new base. So I think it's doable. On the other hand, Four Loko, I've never actually tried myself. I don't really drink, I guess. And that's not like an ethical thing or a religious thing or anything like that. That's just, I've never been able to get myself to like the taste of alcohol. There's something about it. I don't know if it's the ethanol itself or not. It might be. But I'm just not a huge fan of the flavor. Basically I've been trying really hard. I've been trying alcohols that friends and family will give to me to try, and trying to see if there's one that I would like, but there's just never been one that I like, which is very strange considering I like most foods. And it's not like I dislike even bitter in general, because I like, I like kugwa, which is the bitter melon in Chinese food, and natto is amazing. So I don't know what it is about the ethanol flavor, but it just doesn't agree with me. And it always reminds me of one thing one of my siblings told me. Because we were at a restaurant and they had a lot of interesting looking cocktails, and I always want to try the cocktails because they sound so interesting, right? Because I love food and I love drinks. But I was like, well, should I get this cocktail or should I just get juice? And one of my siblings said, think about it this way. Would you enjoy this cocktail more if there was no alcohol in it? And I thought about it for a little bit, and I said, yeah, probably. So unfortunately for me, the whole world of like alcohol and all the fun stuff around it is kind of behind a gate for me. A gate where I'm like, well, I guess it's alright. I'd rather enjoy what I'm drinking. That's just my own personal choice. Let's see, I gotta catch up with chat. Yeah, I agree. Four Loko sounds awful as what you drink, but carbonara sauce is just a food thing. We can learn to eat it often. It definitely works, the widget. I saved a song I heard earlier because I thought it was nice. Oh, awesome! That's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. All right. That gives me a lot of how you say, makes me feel good. Let's see. You can also learn to make food that works well with carbonara, which would probably be easier than trying to find a good drink to mix with Four Loko. Yeah, exactly. If I understand correctly, Four Loko is very strong, right? In many ways. And so trying to mix it with things would be pretty hard. And then if you think about it, does water count as a drink too? You'd be like super dehydrated or super drunk all the time. Alcohol is even a diuretic, so you have to drink even more. That sounds pretty hard. I guess you could mix it with a very small amount of Four Loko. Just a very tiny amount. And then that might not be so bad for people who don't mind the flavor too much. It might even be able to mask it depending on what you put it in. But I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about that. Especially alcohol curdles things, right? So you wouldn't really be able to have milk anymore. Let's see. Also, when you mix it with other food, it might not be noticeable. Yeah, exactly. It might not be noticeable much. But if you mix Four Loko with drinks, you'll definitely notice. I'm very happy about you not being into alcohol either. Because I keep getting judged for not drinking anything that has alcohol in it. People keep trying to make me like it, but I hate it. Yeah, I understand. I think it definitely depends on your crowd a lot too. Because a lot of people think... people have this misconception that if you're not drinking alcohol, you must not be having fun. Or you're just missing out, and they really don't want you to have to miss out, right? Like, even with the best intentions, people might try to pressure you into something that you don't really like, right? Because they don't really understand how much you dislike it. And alcohol is one of those things that's so culturally relevant to so many places that I think it happens a lot that people are like, oh, you just need to try some more, then you'll like it. And so, me being me and willing to try all sorts of things, I decided to give it a chance here and there. But I think it's really important also that I made sure to... I try to make sure to, like, stand my ground when people try to get me to drink alcohol. Because I think not just for myself, but for other people, like Ryder, right? Like both of us. It's nice to help the culture learn that you can still have fun and be really happy, even if you're not, if you're the only one who's not drinking alcohol, right? It still can be a lot of fun. And I noticed that certain circles will like always be like, oh, you should drink something, and if they push too hard, sometimes I just, you know, I get a glass and I don't drink it and they don't notice anyway. It's always a good trick. If everyone else around you is drunk, they're not paying attention to whether or not you're drinking, just how full your glass is. Or drink water. After a certain amount of time, they won't even notice that either. But other groups I've been with have been very open to the idea. I noticed it tends to be in groups where like there's a higher proportion of people from cultures where not drinking alcohol is totally normal, right? It's like some people just don't, and so you're used to it. And if you say you don't drink, they're like, oh, okay, no pressure, no big deal. Or people who know you well, right? Then after a while they'll get used to it and they'll be like, yeah, they're okay, they don't mind, they don't need the alcohol. So yeah. it just feels a little left out sometimes, I guess, when people think that you need to enjoy the alcohol to like engage in social activity. Yeah. Let's see. Fireball whiskey is the alcohol that I disliked the least. Oh, interesting. I believe I tried Fireball. Is that the one that tastes like... Everyone says that tastes like, what are those candies? Red Hots? Amusingly, I think I tried Fireball before I tried Red Hots. And then I tried it and I was like, oh, they are the same. I think the spicy flavor helps mask the alcohol flavor a little bit, so I remember it's not too bad, especially if you mix it with certain things, but I don't really remember because, again, I don't drink a lot of alcohol, so I'm not an expert here. But I can see how that's enjoyable. There's a lot of like desserty alcohols where the alcohol flavor isn't as strong that I thought are okay. But in the end, it's like, why force yourself, I guess, is always where I end up. I'm always like, oh, this alcohol's not so bad, I can hardly taste it. But then it's like, maybe I just shouldn't have any in it at all, and then I wouldn't taste it at all. But cocktails are just so interesting. Let's see. It is what it is. Oh, oops. Scroll. It is what it is. It took me a while to find drinks I enjoy, but I'm not gonna judge anybody for not drinking. Yeah, exactly. Frankly, the drinks I enjoy most barely taste like alcohol anyway. It sounds like it sounds like a lot of us here feel similarly. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. I basically agree. Most of the drinks that I've enjoyed just taste the least like alcohol. But sometimes that means that they don't have a lot of depth of flavor to begin with, so then there's something else I'd rather be drinking and I'd enjoy more. I'm not old enough to drink yet. Oh yeah. That's I do not encourage underage drinking. But my mom and sister let me take small sips of the alcoholic stuff they have to see if I like any. Yeah, I understand. My family's the same way, actually. Usually, the funny thing is, that's how I've ended up trying so many alcohols. Basically, is like family letting me have a little sip. but it's none of it really jived with me. Don't worry, I'd never drink more than a tiny sip until I'm of age. Yeah, that's good. It's interesting that the age of alcohol, the age of being able to drink alcohol is so different across the world, I guess. I know 18 is a popular one these days. And so is 21. I think is kind of getting popular in the world these days. But some places it's actually much younger, like 15, I think, in some places, maybe even younger. And enforcement varies from country to country, and because I think it's a cultural thing. But especially it's interesting, there are some places I learned about, there are some places in the US where minors are allowed to drink as long as they're with their guardian, like with a parent or something, and they're within arm's distance, then it's considered completely legal, which I thought was very interesting because I always thought it was a hard cutoff. And I think that might be a state thing. I'm not sure if it's smaller than state or not. But it's really interesting, I guess, this idea. I think it makes sense to have a bit of an age restriction because, as with any drug, I guess, when your brain is still going through massive amounts of development, it can really affect that development, right? And if we're not really sure if it's what's gonna happen, it might be good to at least be moderate about it, right? I know some countries have like laws where you can drink like regular alcohols like wine and beer, but you can't drink hard liquors until you reach a certain age, that sort of thing. So I can see why there's these protective laws in place, just to try and benefit the general health, I guess. But where the cutoff is interesting because I guess we don't really know. So I think a lot of countries just play it safe. Alcohol tastes very strange. Yeah, it does taste very strange. It tastes so strange. I don't know why, it's one of the few tastes that I just can't get over. And I feel like it comes through very strongly too. Like, you can always taste it. You can always taste it. I guess maybe it's because it's very volatile, by which I mean it evaporates very easily. I think that's why it's used in perfumes a lot. Holy, hello, Alexandra Pacheco, welcome back. Good to see you. Let's see. I think I like one of the rums they have, but I don't know. Ah, I see. Ah, so your family likes rum. I when I tried rum, I guess, I decided that rum is like rum is just lies. Rum is one big lie. Cause for those of you who haven't really encountered rum before, I don't know how common it is or not. But rum, to me, it smells like candy. It smells like candy. But it's not sweet at all. It just tastes like alcohol to me. It's so overpowering. Maybe I have like, you know how there are those people who have what's it called? The where cilantro tastes like toothpaste. There's like this rare genetic thing where cilantro tastes like toothpaste. I had a friend who had it, and her family didn't believe her because it's recessive. But she just kept complaining about the cilantro, and eventually they found out that yeah, actually, only for some people, cilantro tastes really bad. And she said no matter what, if something had even a little bit of cilantro in it, she could taste it. I wonder if there's a sensitivity like that with alcohol. Let's see. That brings up a good point now. How much carbonara sauce and Four Loko are we talking about exactly? Yeah, how much, right? If it's a ton, then this situation gets a lot worse. Yeah, either way, it gets a lot worse. I think I'd still have to go with the carbonara, because if it's a lot of Four Loko, I'm gonna be permanently inebriated and maybe, like, become dependent. That wouldn't be good. Technically, you can probably become dependent on carbonara sauce as well. But it wouldn't be, I think, nearly as debilitating as in alcohol dependency. But if it's just a little bit, I'd still have to go with the carbonara because I think I would probably still taste the Four Loko. But if it's just a little bit, it's not too bad. Joke's on you, I drink and yet I still never have fun. Oh no. Aww. Oh, that's no good. Well, maybe maybe you can I guess you're the proof that drinking isn't gonna make you have fun. But I hope you have fun anyway. Drinking or not. I hope you find a way to have fun in those situations. You just gotta find your own way to do it, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Moonshine is a fun drink. It doesn't taste remotely good, but it's like getting kicked in the throat. Wait, that doesn't sound fun in any way. That sounds like it doesn't taste good and it doesn't feel good. And it's dangerous too, right? Moonshine technically you have to be really careful, because if you're not careful when you're making it, you can end up with poisoning that makes you go blind, right? That doesn't sound fun at all. Well, I guess maybe if you like it, I guess if you're a little bit of an M, maybe then it's enjoyable. Just make sure to be safe about it. Don't let yourself go blind. My chemistry teacher said something about when he was in college or something. He no, wait. Yeah, when he was in college, his college professor, they were all studying chemistry. They used to make moonshine in the lab secretly. But since they were all chemists, they knew what to do to make sure that they got rid of all of the, like, poisonous compounds. I hear this is what happens to chemistry students. At least they were safe, I guess. Honestly, it gets concerning if someone is trying to get you to drink alcohol that badly. It can be kind of concerning. I think sometimes it's the culture. I know certain cultures are a lot stronger on the wanting people to drink alcohol, right? Like I think American culture in certain places can be that way, and even Japanese culture, there's a big social pressure to drink because it's such a big part of what's expected in social interaction, and so there's kind of that pressure to deal with. And so if you've never really thought about it yourself because you never personally had a problem with drinking, then it's easy to forget that maybe other people just really don't want to, you know. So I try not to look too badly on people who try to push people to drink too much, and more like try to hope to educate them that it's okay. It's okay if people don't drink, you know. We're all still okay. And if they can't seem to learn that after a long time, that's when you start to be a little concerned, I guess, that maybe there's something more going on than just the you know, the social norms and the lack of exposure. Yeah. Dependent on carbonara sauce. That's pasta the point of no return. Oh no! That's a saucy pun. Oh dear. Oh no. And so it begins. Oh. All right. All right. Maybe it's time to move on to the next question. I think a lot of people kind of agreed here that carbonara sauce, you know, depending on factors, carbonara sauce is probably the way to go. There might be, you know, there might be some factors that might change people's opinions. But I think for me personally, I think carbonara sauce is the way to go. Might have to eat a lot less and take a lot of multivitamins though. Depending. Well, let's see what other people thought. Oh, wow. This is pretty split. It's about 500,000 on either side. There's no agreement here. Carbonara sauce or Four Loko. The world may never know which one's better. Oh, to be fair, one thing I didn't consider is that so carbonara sauce has, I know it has at least dairy and eggs in it, right? Which means that people who are lactose intolerant, like strongly lactose intolerant, or people who are vegetarian or vegan might not even be able to choose the carbonara sauce. So if that's the case, but you can drink alcohol, then Four Loko might be your only choice. It might be the better choice. I'm not sure. Let's see. Thanks. Really had to use my noodle for it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Alright then. Pasta puns it is. Alright. Alright, let's check out the next question, see how that goes. Another thing I realize only now. It'd be impossible to do pretty much anything if you're always drunk. That was my concern. That was part of my concern. Is if you have to drink a lot of Four Loko, like if it's just a little bit, you might be able to get away with it. Your body might process it fast enough, depending on how your alcohol processing, how well your body does at it. But but if if you're constantly drunk, I mean, like they say, buzz driving is drunk driving, right? So you'd probably never be able to drive again in your life, if you were even ever able to drive in the first place. I can't actually really drive, so I guess I wouldn't know. But but I don't think that'd be great. You wouldn't be able to. So you'd have to you wouldn't be able to drive, which at least here in the US I found is a big deal. In other places in the world, it's not such a big deal if you can't drive, I guess, if there's good public transportation or other options. But at least in the US, that's a pretty big deal. It might make certain things a lot harder. I'm already pretty clumsy. So I wonder what would happen. I guess you might get used to it and end up like Captain Jack Sparrow. But I think you'd still be drunk, right? Alright, let's see what's next. We got, would you rather shoot a shotgun or shoot a handgun? Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't know how many of you are familiar with shooting guns in the first place, because I don't think there's many places. Are there still many places in the world where you can just shoot a gun? I know America's notorious for it, but but I don't have a lot of experience with this. I don't even play a lot of shooting games, so I don't even know about virtual guns. Let's see. I'm sure after a while you would develop a resistance to the alcohol, though it would destroy your liver. Oh, that's true. Yeah, so maybe maybe yeah, you would develop a resistance. Like I think that happens with most drugs, right? You develop a resistance, but it's still gonna destroy your liver. That's a good point. I kind of like my liver. I kind of like my liver. I think it'd be good to hold on to my liver and keep it happy and healthy. I would prefer that. I think having carbonara every day might similarly destroy your body if you're not careful. In that it'll cause maybe more cholesterol buildup in your body, which is not great either. But I feel like it might be a little bit easier to mitigate. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I know some people with really high cholesterol are told they're not even allowed to eat eggs. I took a blood test once, though, that told me that my doctor looked at it and was like, because they measured, you know, the lipid levels and the cholesterol levels in your blood, right? and they've recently, I guess, I don't know how recent is recent in the scientific community, but it's recently coming into public knowledge that there's like two kinds of cholesterol in a way, and one of them is more prone to causing clogs in your arteries and in your veins, but the other one actually helps to clear out the excess plaque, and so and my doctor was not quite sure because my overall cholesterol levels were perhaps a little too high, but the ratio, which doctors are starting to see as more and more important, the ratio of the cholesterol that cleans your arteries versus the ones that clog your arteries, mine was pretty good. Mine was actually ridiculously good. I don't know what that means. I guess I'm just a fatty person. A lot of fats going through my bloods, but it's okay because they're just gonna keep flowing. So I think I'm okay. I'm luckily okay, at least for now. Maybe when I get older it'll get bad and I'll have to cut back, which is sad because I love eggs and I love milk and I love all sorts of all sorts of things. But at least for now I think I'm okay. Let's see. Oh, I'd like to shoot a shotgun. Oh, I shot a few guns before, but not a shotgun. Oh, wow. Wow, you got a lot of experience then. That's really interesting. I shot airsoft guns and virtual weapons with virtual reality, but never a real one. I think a shotgun would be more interesting for the kick it gives you. Oh, I see. I did paintball once or twice. I did paintball once or twice, and that was interesting. I have just as bad aim in real life as in in games though. So mostly I just hid so that I wouldn't get hit because it hurts. I played laser tag, if that counts. I played a lot of laser tag. Let's see. I'd go with a handgun. I don't know proper form, and I'd probably throw out my shoulder with a shotgun. That's fair. What kind of shotgun and what kind of handgun? There. That's a good point. I guess it depends. I guess they're just saying the general class because I guess it's different. Maybe if you have like a particular one in mind, you could kind of say like, oh, I have a particular handgun I want to shoot, so I'd rather shoot a handgun or something like that. I'm not really sure. Fair, yeah. It's a huge difference between a 99mm and a Magnum. Oh, is that right? I'm not well versed in these things. A huge difference, huh? I guess in the kickback, these are different bullet sizes, right? If I understand correctly. The only handgun that would win over a shotgun would be a Desert Eagle in that case. In that case, I'd choose a handgun, so I guess my answer just changed to handgun. Oh, I see. Oh, Cupid! Cupid, nice to see you! Welcome, Cupid Ren. Hello! Good point, yes. A good omelet is one of life's simple joys. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Omelets are pretty good. I always liked omelets, but then I always liked omelets, but after a while I started leaning towards other breakfast eggs. Or not breakfast eggs, but different eggs for breakfast than omelet, because I just had a lot of omelets. But then I had a French omelet for the first time. I'd never had one like that before, and it was so good. It was like soft and kind of juicy on the inside. I don't know, it was amazing. It was really, really good. I think certain Japanese omelets are done that way too, like for omurice. For omurice, I think they try to do it in a French omelet style a lot of the times, though sometimes more, sometimes less. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. For me personally, okay, so a shotgun or a handgun? I've never fired a shotgun. I have actually fired a handgun once, because as another one of my siblings once said, when you're in America, it's one of the few opportunities you might have in the world to actually shoot a handgun. So if someone invites you to the range, at least once you gotta try it, right? And so, a group of people from school, I guess, in where they were all gonna go to the range to try shooting some guns, I guess. I guess. And so I thought, well, all right, I guess. This is a rare opportunity. And so we went, and it was a good range because they were very strict about their safety policies, which made me feel a lot better. Because I think it's really important. These are very dangerous weapons, right? And just being a little too careless can result in really terrible accidents. So they were very strict about their gun policy, like have good trigger habits, and never point it any direction except for only point it down unless you're in the actual shooting part of the range. Always treat it like it's full, even if there are no bullets in it. Honestly, I think I got more from the from the safety video than from the actual shooting. But it was interesting because when we finally got into the range and we all had our protective our protective ear gear on because they're really loud, and stuff. And our eye goggles, and they were talking about scary things like how the casing can like pop out and it's really hot, so you don't want to touch it. And I'm like freaked out because I don't want it to like pop into my face. But like I got in there, and mostly I watched other people shooting, and that was all right. I actually had no trouble with that. It was pretty interesting to see like, oh, who has good aim and stuff like that. But then someone was like, hey, you want to try now? I was like, yeah, sure, okay, that sounds fine. I can try it out. But the moment the gun was in my hand, the moment it was in my hand, I was uncomfortable. I was like, I should not be holding this thing. It's not okay. It feels bad. I don't like it. But I was like, okay, I gotta give it a try. So I guess I stepped up, I aimed, and I tried firing it. And the kickback was strong. It was a handgun, so it wasn't that bad, I guess. Compared to like a rifle, but for me it still felt pretty strong. And like suddenly that feeling that I had got even stronger. Like, not just like, oh, I'm a really clumsy person, I shouldn't be trusted with this machine, but like I felt the full power, I guess, that a gun contains. And I just, it was sort of like a realization that like I knew theoretically, but now I understood more physically. I can't remember how many times I shot it. I don't know if I shot it just once or just a few times. But basically I was like, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this. I couldn't feel comfortable with it. Personally, you know, having this terrifyingly powerful machine in my hands. And so I passed it off to someone else and let them shoot, and I just sat it out for the rest of the time we were there and watched other people shoot, you know, cheer them on and be like, oh yeah, you can do it. But I couldn't even really touch it after that. I was like, I don't want to. That's enough. I didn't anticipate that at all. I feel like I'm not a very squeamish person, and I try not to be, but like I recognized that I just didn't enjoy it and I didn't feel comfortable or safe with it in my hands. And so I was like, there's no reason to push it, you know? No reason to push it. Let someone else have fun. Cause if I were to, you know, handle it, I wouldn't be having as much fun. Let's catch up. Guns are interesting and can be fun. It's just that they are usually used for really ugly things in this world. Yeah, it's true. We've developed such interesting technologies when it comes to guns, but it's unfortunate that in the end they are designed to be weaponry, right? I mean, like rifles and stuff, a lot of rifles are more meant for hunting, which is a little bit better, right? I mean, weaponry used for hunting and for eating, I guess. Not for game hunting for sport, but like hunting for actual food. I guess ethically I'm okay with that. I don't think I would do it myself because I don't know. That's just how I feel, not as an ethical thing, but as a personal thing. But I think I understand, like I'm not against people who aren't vegetarians, so I can't be against people who hunt, right? But at the same time, they're used for a lot of bad things, like you said, and misused, I guess, which is pretty unfortunate. It's unfortunate that such a compelling piece of technology is mostly used as weaponry for war. I guess it's like, imagine what could have been developed if we put all of that developmental power into something else, something more productive, right? But I guess that's just the way humans are. It's the way we've been for a long time, so it'll take a while for us to change. We're already changing, though. The world gets more and more peaceful every century, right? On average. Nal has more experience with firearms than I do. Well, I don't know where you're at, Chateau, but I think it makes sense that I didn't think I would ever have any experience with firearms, to be honest. It just wasn't a part of my life. But it's just one of those things where like, you know, if you're given the chance and you're not like personally against it, right? If you don't think that you're gonna hate it, might as well give it a chance and see what it's like. So I figured, you know, with the US being how it is right now, I'm not a huge fan of the US gun policy, but I don't want to get into politics. I'm just not a huge fan of guns being used, like Ryder said, in ugly ways, I guess. But so I think it can be maybe safer. There are ways to make it safer, but I figure if you're in one of the few places in the world, and you happen to have an opportunity where it's gonna be, you know, safe and like surrounded by people you trust, could give it a try. I had a friend when I was maybe 8 who had a birthday party that let you shoot a gun. What? That's crazy! That's crazy! Had all these little kids waiting in line to shoot a gun? Wow! 8! I had no idea there were places like that. That's crazy. Like, I don't currently feel like I should be, you know, I don't feel currently responsible enough to be able to handle a gun. But 8-year-olds, that's crazy. That's a little scary. I'm glad y'all made it out all right. Wow, that's crazy. I still remember the last time I went to a range. Oh, I got a 4 out of 10, and the guy next to me got a 12 out of 10. What? How does that work? You can get more than a 10 out of 10? Is that like an accuracy score? Oh, is it because the targets... Is it like darts, where the targets have like... different scores? Maybe? I don't even remember how well I did. I think I did pretty badly. Because I just couldn't handle it. I'm personally into archery. Ah, I don't have a bow yet, but I really like archery in games. Oh. I think it looks cool and elegant, and it's fun to hit the target with it. You need skill and steady hands. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Ah. I've only ever tried archery as like I think there was... What was it? Maybe it was also like a birthday party or something, where I went to learn archery once or twice as just like a casual thing, but never as like an actual hobby. But it's again, I have no sense of aim, and my coordination isn't great. So for me, it was a bit of a flop. But it was kind of fun watching other people, and it seems really, really, really difficult. It's cool that there's also like archery across the world. Like there's so many cultures developed archery, and so it's all done differently. Like you know, typical European archery is very different from Japanese kyudo, right? As far as I understand, I don't know what kind you do, but it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I missed and hit his target. Oh. Oh, I see. So you hit a target at least 6 times. The guy next to you must have been grateful. Oh, thank you. Got in a couple extra shots there. Oh. Excuse me. Alright, so what would I personally rather shoot? If I had to shoot one, even though I already know that I'm not too into guns. So the one that I shot in the past was a handgun. And so that's I mean, I wouldn't say I'm familiar, but I guess I'm slightly more familiar with that. So that makes me feel a little safer. But a shotgun, I don't know if a shotgun, since you're bracing it, so it ends up being a little steadier or not. But actually a shotgun seems dangerous, because shot goes everywhere, right? That's what shot means, if I understand correctly. And the kickback that I've heard is usually, I think you guys mentioned that the kickback of a shotgun is usually bigger. So if I had to shoot one, maybe I would choose the handgun just because it's a little easier to handle, and then I could get it over with. And I kind of know what I was doing, because a shotgun looks pretty complicated. A handgun's pretty simple. The thing that's the most scary about a handgun for me is that as someone who's kind of not very good at being careful, who's kind of, you know, clumsy and all over the place, a handgun is way easier to accidentally, like, swing around. I think, because it's so small. It's just in your hand, so you move your hand around, and you might accidentally point it in ways that you weren't meaning to. Whereas a shotgun, I feel like, is so big, it's kind of harder to point it in a way that you didn't mean to. I mean, aim being something completely different, but just, like, completely pointed in the wrong direction. But yeah, I think in the end I'd still probably choose the handgun because it's a little easier, and yeah, I think I would do a little better with it. I think when we were at the range, someone might have even rented a shotgun. I don't remember, because by that time I was already like, no more. I'm happy just watching. Yeah. I think I'll go with shoot a handgun. I think that seems more palatable to me. Oh, this one's pretty close, but it seems like a shotgun has more of a following here. To be fair, a shotgun is more interesting in a way because it's more difficult, perhaps. Maybe it's more unusual for people, or maybe it's more usual because I know there are some places in the world where it's still legal to like own a shotgun so you can go hunting just on your own. In the US, I heard, at least. I don't know about a lot of places. So I wonder. Let's see. Shotguns can dislocate your shoulder if you're not careful. Ooh. So yeah, just go for a handgun now. I'm worried for you. I appreciate the warning. That's good to know. Yeah, I don't think I'll choose the shotgun, man. That sounds dangerous. A shotgun isn't necessarily complicated, but the recoil from it is an order of magnitude higher by virtue of the ammunition used being much larger. Ah, I see. Yeah, then I think I stand by my choice of the handgun then. I think that's a little more my speed. Speaking of speed, those things are fast. I think that's another thing that blew me away when I used one, is because like you shoot and it's like that's it. Whereas with the archery, I think I only did it once and it wasn't I wasn't very good, so it just kind of like flopped in front of me a little bit. But with archery you can like see the thing moving, right? Not so with a gun. Yeah. All right. What have we got next? Would you rather chug 2 cups of trash juice or chug 1 gallon of milk 6 months past the expiration date? That's an interesting question. Wait, what's trash juice? What's trash juice, guys? Does anyone know what that is? That doesn't sound good. Is that a thing, or is that literally just like when your trash has too many liquids in it and then there's like liquids at the bottom? That's no good. If we're talking health-wise, oh, I see this one's titled stomach pains. That's appropriate. So if trash juice is just trash, I guess it depends what kind of trash. But that doesn't sound very healthy. I would assume if it's trash, then it's gonna be... Oh my god, this one is horrible. Yeah. This one's pretty bad. This one's pretty bad. I assume it's juice made from trash. Oh no! At that point, the milk has become cheese. That's possible. That's possible. Hey, I don't mind cheese. Cheese is pretty good. Unfortunately, cheese has to be done under very specific conditions to make it really, like, actually cheese, you know? Tasty, good stuff. But you know. Neither of these options are appealing. Yeah, I don't think that the idea was to be very appealing here, huh? Trash juice is the liquid that collects at the bottom of dumpsters and trash can. Oh no, that's not good at all. That's no good. Okay, alright, well, if that's the case, trash juice only because I'd have to drink less. Oh, that's an interesting... I guess that's why it's 2 cups versus a gallon. 2 cups... I guess they specified that here, huh? 2 cups. That's still a lot, though. I feel like... well, I feel like chugging a gallon... I guess that's a good point. Chugging a gallon of anything, I don't know if it would fit. I'm touching my tummy now. I don't know if I can fit a whole gallon in there. That seems tough. Imagining how big a gallon is. Be out to here? Out to here? No, that's a lot. That's a lot. I have to, like, not eat or drink anything for, like, a day. Beforehand, and then afterwards, too. That being said, even filling myself up that much might be better, I feel like, because I feel like this trash juice, I feel like that's gotta be unsanitary, right? There's gotta be all sorts of stuff growing in there that you really don't want to drink. You don't want to put it in your body because maybe there's like molds and stuff releasing toxins and I don't know, all sorts of bad things could be in there. The thing about milk is that, first of all, expiration dates, they're not really real things in general, as far as I understand. They're more like guidelines, right? As long as the milk still smells okay, then it's still probably okay. Like, it's probably not sour. Once it smells sour, it's sour. But before that, even if it's past the expiration date, it might not be that bad. Now, 6 months is a long time, though. 6 months is a long time. At that point, it's almost definitely gone bad, I guess. Just depending on how well the expiration date was estimated. I have a horror story of a friend of mine. They accidentally left milk in their fridge for so long that one day we opened the fridge and we were like, "What's that?" And it had separated. It had completely separated. It was so gross. It was like white and milky on the bottom, but the top was just like oil, right? It just was like this oily looking sort of yellow translucent liquid. That was pretty bad. I don't know what would happen if you shook it up. We didn't try. But milk, if you've kept it in the fridge, even if it went sour, actually souring, when milk goes bad, quote unquote, when it sours, or even when it curdles, doesn't necessarily mean there's any harmful bacteria in there. It just means that the bacteria that are in there made some processes that produced acid that just don't taste very good anymore, and so you don't really want to drink it. But if it's been pasteurized, and I think it's bacteria that causes it, I'm not actually sure, don't quote me on that one. But if it's been pasteurized and then kept relatively sanitarily, the milk itself is probably still okay to drink. It'd be really gross, probably. It wouldn't taste very good, and the mouthfeel would be off. But I think it wouldn't make you, like, literally sick. And that's what I'm afraid of with this trash juice here. Like, 2 cups is less than a gallon, but it's still way more likely to make you sick, I think. I think. Let's see. Let's see what people think. I think trash juice is better because milk is awful when even just a bit past its state, let alone 6 months. Not to mention it will really hurt your body. Trash is disgusting though. The worst thing here is that you do one or the other, but they don't even give you a reward for doing so. That's true. That's true. I feel like I should get something for it. You know, taste-wise, I kind of feel like I'd be more willing to do the expired milk because at least you kind of have an idea of what it's gonna taste like. You know, you set your expectations. With trash juice, it could taste like anything. I don't even know how bad that's gonna taste, and the anticipation would just be really awful. And then you know, not knowing and then tasting it is gonna be really awful too. The reward is that you don't have to do the other. I feel like that's like some 1984 stuff right there. It's like, aren't I benevolent? You only have to do one of these, rather than both. So benevolent. Oh. I'd be terrified of milk after that. Yeah, probably. You might not be able to drink milk for a while. Is the milk pasteurized? I think that's an important question, right? I mean, if the milk isn't pasteurized, then even being a week or two out, you might be kind of at risk, right? Or even before that, I think, with certain things like salmonella. If it's not pasteurized, you might be at risk no matter what. So I'm gonna assume pasteurization here. Also, maybe we can boil it before we drink it. that might help pasteurize it, make it more safe. I still think... No, I have the fear of the unknown here. I have no idea what trash juice would taste like. To be fair, I actually haven't drunk a lot of expired milk in my life because I guess when milk expires, you can tell. It's pretty clear. So I never actually drank it very much. There was like once maybe I drank expired milk. That wasn't too bad. But that was only very mildly expired. Okay, wait. If we can boil it and like get rid of any... Oh, but that's the thing. Boiling will get rid of the bacteria, but it won't get rid of the toxins. That's what I'm most afraid of, I think. The trash juice could have a lot of toxins in it. Off topic, but I got reminded. You know how something feels like to lick even if you never licked it? Try it. Look at any object right now, and you know exactly how it would feel to lick. I can't tell if you're trolling us right now. Can't tell if you're trolling us right now, Ryder. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh man, I'm looking at the whole world differently now. Oh man, I'm like looking at everything and being like, would I know how that tastes, how that feels to lick? I'm looking at my computer, looking at my microphone, looking at like a jacket I have hanging up, my stuffed animals. Oh no, I think you're right. I think you're right. Why is that? Everyone. You should do what Ryder says. Try it. Just look at things. I'm looking at my notebook. Why is it working? Why does that work? Well, now I want to, the thing I find trolly about this is I feel like I feel like the real scientist in me is saying, well, you think you know what it would feel like to lick it, but you don't know for sure until you try. I don't think I'm gonna try this one out. And I don't think I'm gonna try it out right now, but but I do have this strong sense that you're right. I'm even looking at my keyboard. My poor keyboard, it's so nice. I don't want to lick my keyboard. But how come I know exactly what it would feel like? Y'all need to try this. Y'all need to try it. Just look at something. Ryder's completely correct, and now I can never look at the world the same way again. Y'all need to try it and let me know what you're thinking of licking and whether or not you feel like you know what it would feel like. Oh. I'm not trolling, I swear you can tell. Just try it and you'll see for yourself that it's true. You can tell how it would feel on your tongue. It's weird. I don't know that's a thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like I want to know what's going on there, right? Is it because when we're babies, we put so many things in our mouths and we actually retain those memories unconsciously into adulthood? But how does that apply to like new things that you've never licked before? Your brain just can kind of tell. I guess because you felt it with your hands. I guess you felt it with your hands, and then your brain unconsciously does some magic to say well, if it feels like that to your hands, it'll probably feel like this to your tongue. And then you have to add the saliva in. That's one thing that I'm noticing is the saliva actually plays a part. Like when I look at something like something fuzzy like my stuffed animal, I know how that's gonna feel, and it's gonna be a little different. That's so strange. That's so strange. I guess as a sensory organ, your tongue is meant to be able to like feel things with high fidelity. So I guess that's why it's something that you can picture. I don't know. Right, closing my eyes forever now. Thanks, buddy. Oh no. Oh no. Imagine licking your eyelids, Shatter. Licking your eyelids? I don't know. Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. I think you need to lick someone else's eyelids. That's so strange. That's so strange. Oh no, you took away his only safe space. Oh no. You can't even have your eyes open anymore. Stop. Lick the darkness. Look what you've done. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Shatter, you're being bullied. Oh, don't bully Shatter. Poor Shatter. Don't bully Shatter, guys. I think they've had enough. This is enough. Oh, it's so weird though, because now I'm looking at like... No, it's too weird. It's too weird. Oh. Like, if you look around the world that way, if you look around the world with this lens, you start to feel a new sense of richness. You know how it's like sometimes you go out into the world with fresh eyes and just like it's a great day and you're like, wow, it's like I'm seeing more detail in the world than I've ever seen before. And there's a lot more color out there and light than I ever thought before too. And it's just like, wow, that's crazy. That's amazing. It's like that, except for licking things. I'm suddenly surrounded by all these fascinating textures. It's like, wow, I hadn't thought about it, but licking my mouse would feel so different from licking my keyboard. And my like desk and my cat. I feel like if you licked your cat, you get so much fur in your mouth. You can really imagine it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, the world is a lot more vivid now, I suppose. No, it's fine. I've learned to take my licks by now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Right, I'll wait a while until I reveal my second crazy fact that you won't know the answer to. I'll attack when you least expect. Oh no. Ryder's got more for us, guys. There's more coming. Oh, that's crazy. Well, now I'm really anticipating it. I can't wait for when I least expect. Oh, one thing though that I have to say goes against this that I have lying around that I just saw on my desk. I have a couple of batteries lying around. And I've heard that licking a battery is quite an experience. I'm not gonna do it. But I hear it's an experience. And so that, at least that, I know that I don't know what it would feel like to lick it. But I think that's a little unfair because it's a little bit less like, it's not about the texture. I bet I knew what the texture would feel like to lick a battery. But I don't know what it would feel like electrically. Pardon me as I imagine now going around her room licking everything just to confirm if it's really like her head says. You put these dangerous ideas in my mind, Ryder. You have these dangerous ideas. I'm not gonna do it. At least I'm not gonna do it right now, but when you plant these ideas in someone's heads, sometimes they become obsessive thoughts that you can't get rid of, right? And then you're just compulsed. You gotta try. I'm looking at my lamp next to me. Oh no, oh no. Dangerous, dangerous. Welcome, Yuri. Oh, Yuri's here now. We had Monica before. Just Monica now. Yeah. That's what we made it to, actually. That's where we're at in Doki Doki. Hopefully more of that next Tuesday. Yeah. Licking a battery probably recharges you. I think. Maybe. Oh. Hold on, guys. I gotta go recharge. Licks battery. Let's refrain from licking batteries. The experience is quite shocking, to say the least. Oh no. That's a high energy pun. Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. What's this? Lamp? That sounds familiar. Is that a meme? I don't remember. Lamp. Lamp. What is the umlaut? You know, adding umlauts. For a little while, I was. This is random off topic. For a little while, I was kind of curious about umlauts because I thought they were kind of interesting. And so I went and I tried to figure out how you say all sorts of umlaut letters. And I think a umlaut is often pronounced so it'd be limp. English words sound funny when you try to add umlauts to them. Limp, limp, limp. Now all of y'all in the chat who know what what an a umlaut actually sounds like are all laughing at me for sounding like I have my tongue hanging out or something. Let's see. We made it to just Monica and not much further. Yeah. She got jealous of our conversation. Yeah, she did. She kind of prevented us from continuing. To be fair, we also prevented ourselves from continuing. But maybe next time we'll make it a little further. Yeah, the moth memes. Ah, moth memes. Yeah. Yeah, I like lamp. I think I remember that. I like the lamp. Oh, moths are cute. Moths are really cute. They're like they're like fuzzy butterflies. I noticed something actually when it comes to animals. I really like all sorts of animals, really. Like all animals. I like a lot of different kinds of animals. But there's like some really soft spot in my heart about not moths, about fuzzy things. If it's fuzzy, suddenly it's a lot more appealing to me. Like moths are really cute and fuzzy, and like even when it comes to like spiders, like we were talking about, because Natsuki was talking about spiders. Spiders are okay, I guess. They're like, they can be pretty, but the ones that I really like are the fuzzy ones. Fuzzy animals are just so much fuzzy, cute, and cuddly, even if they're too small to cuddle. Question mark? Question mark? What are you questioning, little child? Brother, do you have lamp? Oh. See, now I gotta try this. Oh, loud. Oh, loud is I think. So, brother, do you have the what's the loud? Do you have lamp? All right. I'll stop being silly. I actually first encountered umlauts not in a Latin language or in a Roman character language, but in Chinese. Because Chinese, when Romanized, using standard pinyin, which is like the modern Romanization system. In pinyin, there's a regular U sound, U, and then there's an umlaut U sound, Yu. So, for example, fish in Chinese is Yu, I think, if I remember correctly the tones. And so I actually knew of umlauts and was somewhat familiar with them because of Chinese. When I first encountered them in other languages like German and such. I think maybe that's why I was so interested in them. Poodle moths are absolutely adorable. Poodle moths? Poodle moths? Okay, alright. We're gonna have to look this up. We're gonna look this up. Poodle moth. Poodle moth. Poodle moth. Oh. What is this thing? Ah! Wait, is that real? That's not real. That's like a felted moth, right? This is not real. There's no way. No way. Oh, they're so cute. What? It's so cute. What is this thing? It's so fluffy. Oh. Oh, it's so fluffy. Oh, that's so cute. That's great. That's great. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these poodle moths. That's so good. Brother. My favorite animal are foxes. Ah, foxes are good. Foxes are pretty cute. I like that foxes are they're kind of like dogs and kind of like cats, I guess. As far as I can tell, I've heard that they've done some work that shows that foxes can be domesticated, I guess. They're kind of like dogs in that way, is that they're easily domesticated. Not that I'm encouraging it to happen, but it's just very interesting because some animals domesticate easier than others. Like cats technically aren't even technically domesticated. We've just formed a symbiotic relationship over the years because we kind of get along. And so cats aren't very genetically different from their wildcat ancestors. The only main difference being that there's a few more colorations available, basically. Everything else is the same. Unlike dogs, who are so different from their wolf ancestors. And foxes, apparently you can domesticate them kind of like dogs. It takes a while, so I think they're still doing research on it. But interestingly, they did start to develop some of the similar traits, both physical and personality-wise, to dogs when they're domesticated. Though I hear as a pet, they're kind of stinky. I don't know. That's just what I've heard. What is happening? I leave for a while and now you're talking about hugging moths. That's a good question, actually. I don't remember. How do we get onto this topic? We were talking about trash juice. Somehow we started talking about lamps and then moths. But they're cute, right? You want to hug one too, right? They're so cute. Foxes are cute. I personally really like capybaras. Ah, yeah, capybaras. They're pretty cool. I'd love to see one in real life. I've never seen one in real life before. Foxes either, I guess. There's a lot of animals I'd like to see in real life. OMG, capybaras are like giant guinea pigs. Yeah, they are. They are like giant guinea pigs, aren't they? I've had guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are pretty cute. They're pretty... One of my siblings like to say they're pretty useless. They just sit there. But they're cute. They're cute little fuzzy potatoes. And kind of technically, cause I believe they were actually bred as stock animals, like pigs. I think that's why they're called pigs. Apparently they eat them in Guinea. Which is, I mean, it's too bad. It's too bad. I have a friend who says, "Why do cute things always eat cute things?" It's too bad when things are cute and also tasty, I guess. I don't know how I feel about that, but I had guinea pigs. I had guinea pigs as a pet once, and they were really cute and really noisy. They're so noisy. Actually, I think that's where the word pig comes from. They squeal really loud. From the little cute little fuzzy potatoes. Let's see. My favorite animals are pretty much all animals. I think I probably agree with you there. I mean, animals are pretty great, right? Animals are pretty great. They are. I love how they can get along with pretty much anything too. Oh, really? Really? Capybaras can? Is that what you're referring to, Shatter? That capybaras get along with everything? They do seem rather chill, actually. They seem very They seem like very chill animals. For herbivore. Herbivores can be kind of skittish, but not capybaras, I guess. My favorites are apes and monkeys. Oh! Well, thank you. We appreciate your admiration. It's kind of cute just how similar they are to humans. Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. That's true. It's true. We monkeys and you humans are pretty similar, huh? Glad I could spread the good word of poodle moths. They're pretty great. I'm a big fan of these poodle moths. They're pretty great. BR. Oh? What's that? BR. I had guinea pigs too. Ah, many years ago. Yeah, me too. I had them. I guess my parents thought it was good for me to learn how to take care of animals and stuff, and so it was kind of like my responsibility to feed them. So I felt like I was, very responsible, and they were my guinea pigs. But I was so young, I didn't think about like all the other work that goes into it, like cleaning out their enclosures and stuff. And so I felt very I felt very responsible, even though my parents were were helping do a lot of the heavy lifting. Yeah. My predictions are coming true. We're about 2 hours in, and we have done 4 questions total. Ryder keeping us accountable to our analytics as usual. Not complaining though, I'm loving it. Not sponsored by McDonald's. Yeah. That's alright. It's fun chatting. Moths need to go to Brazil, IMO. Oh? Brazil? Does Brazil not have any moths? Maybe it's too warm? Do moths like the cold? Unfortunately, we were dealing with Hurricane Katrina. Oh, wow. And one of them died. Oh. And then the other died due to loneliness. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of rodents, guinea pigs included, I guess. The loneliness is a big factor. Humans too, I guess. We don't think about it because we live in such big societies these days, but we're definitely social creatures. I've always wanted, ever since I realized it was an option, I've always wanted rats. Because they're so cute and they're smart and they're so adorable. But with rats you gotta make sure to have at least 2. Generally, you want them to be the same gender, just in case, because neutering rats is pretty dangerous. And then you want to have actually more than 2, typically, because just like that, if one of them passes away, as they will eventually, because rats are very short-lived. Actually, guinea pigs I think live a lot longer. Rats are like 3 to 5 years, something like that. It's very short. Or am I thinking of mice? Either way, it's not very long. And so, then the other one will get lonely because you'll be down to 1. It's like the I don't know if it's like a airplane adage or something like that. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So having 2 is as good as having 1. And having 1 is as good as having none. So you might as well get 3 or more, I think, usually. But then that makes it a lot of commitment. So I've never been able to really have rats yet. It doesn't help that I also have cats. And that makes the whole thing harder. Because their prey instinct means that, sometimes they can get along, but it's still kind of dangerous. You gotta be very careful. And sometimes they just won't get along just because there might be a rat that's more skittish and just can't get used to the cat even if the cat is gentle and stuff like that. Yeah. The only good moth is frost moth. Frost moth. That's from a game, right? That sounds familiar. Frost moth. There's some moths in Pokemon too, I think. Have you not seen the pictures of capybaras chilling? Oh, there are videos online of them hanging around monkeys, dogs, cats, even stuff like alligators. Oh, interesting. I mean, I've seen them chilling, I guess, and not worrying too much. They do seem very, very chill. But I might have seen them around alligators now that you mention it. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's crazy. I guess they're not worth eating for most predators, so maybe they don't. Maybe they're actually the top of their own food chain, more or less. Cause that's nice. That's nice. Capybaras. My family actually kept rats for a while. Oh, they're very affectionate. Yeah. That's one reason that I'm really interested in them, is because it sounds like they really bond with you, right? There are some pets that are kind of cool, that are cute, like snakes. I really like ball pythons and hognoses because they have really cute noses. But they don't really bond with you, as far as I understand. They just don't really. That's just not a thing that they do. But rats can be very affectionate. Frostmoth is a Pokemon. Ah! Oh, no wonder. Oh, no wonder it reminded me of Pokemon. Here I am, spouting my ignorance, saying, "Oh, aren't there moth Pokemons?" I was close, guys. I was close. As well as Volcarona and Venomoth. Ah, yeah. I don't think I heard of Volcarona. I must not have played that game. That's cool. I heard that Venomoth. Some people think that it was originally supposed to be the evolutionary form of Caterpie, and it was supposed to be swapped, and then Venonat would turn into Butterfree because their eyes and colorations are so similar. So some people think it might have been a late stage design decision to switch it out and to swap them. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it's kind of a cool theory. I can't deal with Volcarona in OU. If it switches in while you're off guard, it sets up a quiver dance and sweeps your team. Oh, what's OU? OU. I feel like I should know this. No, I don't think I know what that's referring to. Alright. I could probably stare at these moths for a while longer. But maybe we should actually answer the question. Rather than getting sidetracked so much. Just at least we can pretend we're actually trying to take this seriously, right? Alright. Trash juice versus expired milk. I think I'm gonna have to choose. Personally, I'm gonna choose the expired milk because I don't know what kinds of things are in the trash juice. I think that's gonna wreak havoc. I think that's gonna be dangerous. The expired milk, as long as it's got like nothing weird growing in it, is probably fine. It'll taste bad, but it'll be fine. So I'm gonna click on that one. Wow. A lot of people choose trash juice. I wonder why that is. I don't like the idea of not knowing what it's gonna taste like, but maybe people also don't like the idea of knowing what it's gonna taste like. Like with expired milk, it's something people are more accustomed to. Or no, it could be that argument you guys had for 1 gallon is a lot. 1 gallon is a lot. I'm not sure it'll fit. It's a fair point. I'm not sure I could drink a gallon of anything. I'd probably just lay around for the rest of the day. Even if it wasn't expired. It's competitive battling in Pokemon. Oh, I see. Oh, competitive battling. Oh, I guess I don't really take Pokemon very competitively. I more or less play it for the story. So I guess that's why I'm not super familiar. Thank you, Mlem. Most of my messages aren't popping up. Sad. Oh, no, why are they not popping up? Oh, no. YouTube having some issues, maybe. I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry that there's something happening there. All this talk of trash and spoiled things has gotten me hungry. I don't know about that, Ryder. You might have some questionable food habits if that makes you hungry. Don't eat anything spoiled, okay? Don't eat any trash, it's not good for you. It's gonna upset your stomach. Come to think of it, you were talking about licking random things earlier. Should be careful, don't lick too many things. Only lick it if it's safe. I'm concerned if you get hungry thinking about trash, Ryder. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. We're starting to learn some new things about Ryder here. Alright. What's our next question? Let's see. Would you rather believe your friends like you or know exactly what your friends think about you? That's an interesting question, actually, because it doesn't actually tell you what your friends think about you, right? It's not part of the equation here, right? You could A, believe your friends like you, but not know exactly what they think about you. But on the whole, your friends might actually like you, you know? So it could be that they don't like you, but it could also be that they like you. You don't really know, but you believe they do. Or B, know exactly what your friends think about you, which could also be that on the whole that they like you, right? I think this question doesn't it phrases it in a way as if it's not true that they all like you, but it also doesn't remove the possibility. You're concerned about me licking things, and we literally have someone here called Mlem. That's true. Mlem, do you go around licking things? When Ryder was telling us about how you can tell exactly how something will feel like when you lick it, did you go, of course I know? Blep. Mlems and bleps. Mlems and bleps are great. Oh dear. Well, let's see here. Believe your friends like you, or know exactly what your friends think about you. So I guess what it's asking about is, in the sphere of your relationship with your friends, do you prefer blissful ignorance, or do you prefer knowledge along with all of the risk that might come with it? Huh. I believe in my friends that they like me. I would use this for new people I meet and strangers in general. Oh, but for friends, I think I'm okay though. I'm okay though having the power doesn't hurt anyone. That's true. That's true. I guess one thing that's kind of interesting here, if you think about it, is also that regardless which one you choose, you think you know exactly what your friends think about you, right? So like, from that perspective, you always think you know exactly what your friends think of you. The question is whether or not you want that to be accurate. Right? I feel like if you take it from that point of view, saying you want to just believe your friends like you whether they like you or not could be a little bit dangerous, right? Because there might be malicious people around who pretend to be your friends and then take advantage of you. And depending on how they take advantage of you, maybe it's not such a big deal and maybe you'd be happier not knowing. Or maybe it's you need to be able to see those red flags, right? And you need to know like when you have to unfortunately pick your friends, right? So it's a little dangerous to just believe that anyone who you consider your friend consider to be your friend likes you, regardless of what's actually the case. If you know exactly what your friends think about you, then you can more easily make sure that your friend group are all people who more or less, you know, like being around you, which is nice. I guess it can be kind of hard because you'll be in situations sometimes where there are going to be uncomfortable truths, right? Like someone might not like you as much as you'd hope, or they might feel other things towards you. Like they might like you a lot, but they might feel envy or occasional competitiveness, or they might think you're kind of slow or something like that, and they might think things about you that are more uncomfortable. But as long as it's okay, as long as it's something you can deal with, you can be okay with knowing those things about other people, because that's just life, you know. Everyone's gonna feel a lot of things about everyone else. It's not clear cut, right? Then maybe it's nice to know. It's nice to know. One thing this question does actually is, either way, you don't have a sense of doubt. And honestly, I feel like it's the doubt that hurts the most, right? When you're not really sure. When you're not really sure and you find out that maybe the way someone feels about you is not the way that you thought that they did. Let's see. What did people say here? Let's see. I prefer knowing. When you're with someone, you'll know it's 100% true friendship. And like I said, there's no downfall for knowing for sure what others think of you if you know how to handle that. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Let's see. On one hand, I'm naturally curious about things I couldn't possibly know. Yeah, I think that's a big thing. I'm really curious. On the other hand, I'm afraid I might find out. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's why they say there's the saying, you know, curiosity killed the cat, is because we as humans, we have a natural sense of curiosity, right? It's kind of what kept us alive as a species all this time. One of our main factors is that we like to learn, right? I had a teacher once who said they banned devices in class. Which is, you know, everyone bans devices in class, right? But they actually gave us a reason for it, which I thought was really, really cool. I like it when people make rules, it's nice to know at least why they made the rule, right? And their reasoning was that we're all here to learn, and in fact, their strong belief was that we all enjoy learning. Actually, naturally, as humans, we love learning. It's something that we really enjoy. The thing is, we're also very addictive creatures as humans. We're prone to addiction, and when we want something, like we want to learn, it's way faster and way easier to learn new things by getting distracted by your devices, right? Going on the internet, reading what other people have to say, and doing that sort of stuff. And you can get a lot of immediate gratification and feel like you're learning a lot just by, you know, distracting yourself with your devices. But that means that you're not paying attention to the learning opportunity that's right in front of you that might take a little more effort and might take a little more time, but has a lot of good payout as well, which would be the class itself. And so my teacher said that's why they don't want devices in their class. And I thought that was actually really cool, and it made a lot of sense to me, because I think that's what the like constant scrolling thing is. Like when you're on social media and you're constantly scrolling through the feed, it's like every new article is a new perspective, a new thing to learn. I say article, I mean every new post or whatever, right? And so you just kind of like you're kind of just consuming that high. But in the end, it ends up being more like popcorn, you know? It's like small amounts of exposure, but you don't get to learn like really big, meaty things if you're only doing that, right? If you don't take a break from doing that to learn something that will take a little more effort. So I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see. It doesn't have to be a negative if you know a friend dislikes something about you. Maybe you can work on making it better for them and improve the friendship. Oh, that's true too. That's true too. It'd be kind of great to be able to be like, oh, I didn't even know I did this thing and I didn't know it bothered you. I wish you could have told me. You know, sometimes it feels like that. And in this case, they don't even have to tell you. So you can optimize. I'm sure there will also be unreconcilable differences where it's like, I know you don't like this about me, but I don't feel right changing it about myself, right? And you'll just have to live with that. But in the end, that's not bad either. And maybe that way you don't have to like shove it in their faces as much, right? It's kind of like we were talking about how last time we were talking about like whether lies, how we feel about lies and whether they're always bad or not. And like sort of the kind of white lie where it's like, I know this is a part of my personality and I'm not going to change it, and I want you to know I'm not going to change it, but I know it bothers you, so I'm going to try not to be that way as much around you, right? To the extent that I am comfortable with. I think that's a great compromise. And I think being able to make that compromise is great, especially because communication can be so hard, and this kind of just makes it all smoother. It's like communication is so hard, and when you and the person you're talking to both agree that communication is hard, of course it's going to be hard. But sometimes there's that person you just click with, and communication is so easy, you just kind of understand what each other's thinking, and it'd be like having that with everyone, which would be really cool. I think that'd be pretty cool. Let's see. What if they dislike something innate about you? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Then we can always have a talk about it and solve it with maturity instead of letting it grow worse and worse. Yeah. I think it's an issue. Some people stay with bad friends or even relationships just because they are so afraid of the truth and can't handle separation, so they live in a toxic environment. Yeah, it's true. It can be hard. It can be hard to break away from a toxic environment because it's always easier to stick with the dangers that you know than the dangers that you don't know, right? The unknown is even scarier. I think it's best to just stop being with someone and surround yourself with good people that make your life better. Like Nal here for all of us. Aww. Thank you. I hope I make your life better. I try to be a positive influence if I can. Aww. I appreciate that. Yeah. I know sometimes also it can feel hard. I had a period in my life, in my short life so far, already where I found myself realizing that like the friend groups that I knew that I was with weren't quite right for me. But I was afraid because I didn't know what else to do, right? Like how do you just make new friends. That's still something I'm trying to learn. And it's hard. It's scary, right? You want to cling to your old friends because you're like, well, then at least I have friends. And that's true. It is valuable to at least just have friends. But it's also valuable to realize that you can find a way to reach out and make new ones that might be better for you. It's hard. It's hard because it always feels bad, you know. I always feel a little bad about choosing between friends, right? It's like, sometimes it's no fault of anyone's, but it just doesn't click, right? I don't know. It's hard and it's scary, but I think Ryder's right that the most healthy way of doing it is to just to understand what's going on and, you know, kind of have the confidence to move on. Oh my god. Wee woo, wee woo. This is the like police. Nothing to report. Oh. Wow. Oh, well, thank you, everyone. Oh, well, thank you for the likes, everyone. And Ryder. Self-appointed like police. I finally finished my memoir. Oh, I'm tired and drained. Wow, congratulations, little child. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Are you writing this for yourself, or are you planning to publish? That's really cool. That sounds draining. It's time to relax. Time to recharge. Lick some batteries. Don't lick batteries. I don't recommend. I've never done it, but I'm not. I don't endorse. Alright. Believe your friends like you or know exactly what your friends think about you. Yeah, I guess I'm like curiosity killed the monkey here. I feel like I've always felt like the more information you have to work with, the better. I guess I've always been that kind. I kind of grew up learning how to optimize things, learning that optimizing things was the best thing to do. I'm trying to fix that now, actually, because you can also go too far when you feel like you have to know everything and you have to get everything perfectly right, and you can't deal with the uncertainty, I guess. So I think my habit is to want to know more. but I think it's okay in this regard. I think it would help more than it would hurt to know exactly what my friends think about me. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's only after you know, it's only after you do something like this that you're like, oh no, I wish I could go back to being ignorant. No, it's for school. Oh, I see. I guess that makes more sense. Kinda cool though. Still pretty cool. My brain is no more. No more brain for now. Brain has gone to sleep. That's okay. Brain can get its rest. It kind of sounds like a fun school essay. To write about yourself. I guess I'm trying to think when I stopped doing like creative writing for myself as much and mostly only did it for school. Like, when did that start happening? I don't know, but I want to do more. I want to do more creative writing for myself. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm gonna choose this one. I think I'm gonna regret my choice. I can't regret my choice, because these are just hypotheticals anyway. I feel like if I did this in real life, I might regret my choice. But, you know, the other thing is, part of me says I would regret my choice, and part of me says that one of the things that I struggle with is this self-doubt. This what is it called? My therapist said it was like a thought trap. A thought trap that she called mind reading, which is when you start putting words into other people's mouths, even though there's no indication, right? Like, oh, they must find me really annoying. They must hate me. Oh no, what am I doing? They must think I'm so stupid. They must not like me at all, right? That sort of thought, even though there's no reason to be necessarily thinking that, right? When you analyze it objectively. I do a lot of that. And so I feel like knowing exactly what my friends think about me might actually be very good for me, because I would be able to hear that, like, no, they don't hate you. They certainly don't hate you. There might be little things here and there that they don't like as much, but that's okay, right? That's normal. So I think actually, ironically, with the way this question is written, ironically, either of these two answers would be positive for me. Either one would be good. And so I will choose the one that gives me more information than less. It's not fun, don't recommend. Oh. That's fair, that's fair. I kind of like writing, but I know some people don't, and sometimes certain prompts are less fun. And the worst thing is writing on a schedule. I definitely prefer creative writing for myself over writing essays that I have to turn in and they're gonna be graded, and it's not a lot of fun, and then you don't have enough time, you know. That sort of thing. Yeah. Journey to the Web, the Tian Shenao story. What? Journey to the Web? What do you mean? Instant purchase, already pre-ordered. Oh, right, the memoir. That makes sense. Hey, that's a pretty... Oh, I get it now, I get it. I am a little slow. Journey to the Web. I like it. That's really good. That's perfect. It'd be my epic adventure of becoming a VTuber. Oh, yeah, I like it. I'm Michael Bay. Let's talk movie adaptation. Movie adaptation. Just don't let Netflix do the adaptation. Oh, is that right? I haven't watched too many of the new Netflix movies yet. Are they not so good? Or just a thing against Netflix in general? Journey to the Web. I like it. That's what I should title it when I release my backstory. My memoirs. The more I think about it, I might have to steal that from you, Shato. I hope you don't mind. If you see that pop up sometime in the future, maybe I'll try to credit you. Remus, the assignment was to pick an interesting moment in your life and stretch it out. Oh, that's interesting. I think I would have fun writing that. Maybe how you say? I feel like I would have fun writing that, but again, doing it for school sometimes makes it a little less fun. But I guess it's still kind of fun because it gives you the cool prompts that you might not have thought of otherwise. Don't worry, now I'm slow too. And just sit around and be slow together. Netflix is very, very hit and miss service. It has the worst things you've ever seen and the best all in one platform. Ah, I see. A lot of Netflix adaptations aren't ideal, unfortunately. Oh, I see. But the adaptations tend to be very bad, is why I said that. Oh, Oh, so Netflix itself, you feel is hit and miss, but the adaptations in particular tend to be on the miss side. It's not stealing. I'll give it to you. Oh, thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. Maybe I should have Shatter be my ghostwriter. Shatter seems like a pretty good writer. Yeah, I still cringe when I think of the Death Note adaptation. Oh, ungodly. That's interesting. I actually totally forgot about that. 'Cause like, when the trailers came out, I was so disappointed that I think I just forgot that was ever a thing. I didn't even try to watch it. I was just like, no. No. Oh. Hashtag slow gang. Yeah. We now be slow together. Little snails. Snails are pretty cute. The problem is that I had only one interesting moment in the span of 10 months. Aww. Did you have to write about multiple, or did you just drag that one out? You can just milk it if it's for an essay. If there's a word count, you just pad it out a little bit. I feel like writing for school might be why I'm so long-winded. I learned the art of padding. That's no good. Something for school can really dampen it, yeah. Yeah. I used to dislike reading, but after I started reading on my own time, I've started tearing through books. Ah, yeah. I totally get that. I feel like reading especially, for me, is the worst because, hashtag slow gang, I'm also a slow reader. So when I read a book, I tend to really like to take my time absorbing it. But school doesn't let you do that. They're always like, get to chapter 3 by Monday. Read the next 500 pages. and stay up to the same race as with everyone else, I guess. Stay in line. And I could never do that. It was really hard. So what I do... Don't tell my teachers. What I do is, I kind of read what I can, but for the most part, I've gotten really good at picking up on what the story is about. And so my teachers still think like, oh yeah, really following along, having some good insights there. Even though I only got through like a third of the reading. Sometimes you can find summaries online, but I kind of try to avoid that personally because, especially if it's a good book, I kind of feel like I do want to read it eventually, right? But also, I feel like it depends a lot on how it's taught to you, whether or not you enjoy the books, because there are books that I just didn't get at all. Because the way they were taught, I just didn't get it. Like, Gatsby. I was made to read The Great Gatsby, and I had no idea what that was about. I was like, who are all these people? What's so great about this Gatsby? They all seem really unhappy and unlikable. What's with this story? I didn't realize that was the point. That's the point of this story. So, but when I learned that, then it suddenly all made sense. But yeah, reading on my own time is a lot more fun than reading for school. The problem is there's only so much reading I can do. So if I have to do reading for school, then it's like I don't have any time to do reading for myself. So, and it is what it is. You find a way to make it work, I guess. Good. It's good that you forgot. I'm sorry to remind you of the adaptation. Yeah, I completely forgot about the Death Note adaptation. In fact, when you said adaptation, the first thing I thought of is there's a Japanese live action, which is kind of hilariously kitsch because that's kind of how live action sometimes ends up when it's an adaptation of a manga or an anime. I watched a little bit of that. I didn't watch a lot of it, but it was funny. I didn't immediately forget it though. The Netflix animation, Netflix adaptation, I more or less immediately forgot. Wiped it from my memory. To make up for it, here comes the sequel of the Facts You Can't Answer series. Oh boy. You're right, I didn't expect it. I'm ready. Am I ready? Let's see. Find a static object. Walls are the best bet. Extend your arm and place the fingertip of your longest finger on the object/wall. Rotate your arm to put your palm upside so it's facing the ceiling. Now, without moving your body or shoulder in any way, bend your arm and touch your shoulder and move it back to the same spot. Your fingers will not reach the object/wall. What? 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 Where's a wall? Where's a wall I can touch? What? So let me read these instructions again. Extend your arm, place your fingertip. So hands down, I'm guessing. Palms down. Touch the wall. Okay, okay. Then rotate so it's facing the ceiling. Okay. Then bend your arm and touch your shoulder. Then move it back. Ah! Eh? Ah! Eh? Whoa! Whoa, hold on. Eh? Eh? Whoa! Ryder coming in with more of the strange body facts. Strange body facts. That's really cool. That's so weird. That's so weird. Okay. I have a hypothesis about this one. I have a hypothesis. When you touch the wall, wait, let me try this again. That's so weird. Okay, my hypothesis. When you touch the wall and you're intentionally trying to touch it, you're extending. There's a bit of extra extension going on there. Maybe you have more range of motion than you realize, like a little bit. I don't know. and then when you move your hand away and then you move it back, that extension shortens just by the tiniest bit. Like, I don't know, ligaments or something. I don't know. I'm clearly not an anatomy expert. That's so weird. How do you know all of these things, Ryder? Where does it come from? That's pretty cool. Let's see. The book that I had the most trouble understanding was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And when I had to do a presentation for it, everyone was looking at me confused. Aww. It happens. I don't think I actually ever read Jekyll and Hyde. I wonder if I should check it out though, because it is a classic. I never had to read it for school yet. Another fault of mine is I am terrible at understanding written directions. That's interesting actually. Written directions. I don't know. I think I can understand written directions. I just can't. I just have a hard time following them because for me, the written directions are fine. But trying to understand how that maps to the real world is what freaks me out. Because I have a bad sense of direction in general. Looks at Ryder. Looks at Mom. Stare. See no evil. Neko Pun. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the chat. I see your message was retracted, so I'm not sure what it said before, but I don't think I've seen you around, so so hello. Good to see you. I'm a big fan of Pun Pun myself, so so Pun Pun hashtag Pun Pun gang. Shatter. Ryder, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done, Ryder? KK! Hello! Hello, welcome back. Hey, what you gonna do? Welcome back. We're doing a casual stream, so we were playing a little bit of this either would you rather game, but also getting very distracted and chatting instead. And Ryder's been telling us all sorts of interesting and strange facts. Slowly making you lose your minds. Basically. We now question reality and the functions of our own bodies. What can you trust if you can't even trust your own body anymore? Space Jam was not what I expected here, but I'll take it. Space Jam. I don't think I watched Space Jam, so I'm not sure what that refers to. Let's see. And no, if you keep doing the arm thing, you will not become a T-Rex. It will not shorten your arms more than once. That's good. You keep doing it and they just get shorter and shorter. Oh no. Send safe. I am Brazilian. I'm not sure what you mean, but but cool that you're Brazilian. Actually, the little Portuguese that I do know, this might offend Ryder actually, so I gotta be quiet so he doesn't hear me. The little Portuguese I do know is Brazilian Portuguese. I'm not so familiar with Portuguese, and I know they're actually pretty different in some ways. But yeah, ele não fala português? Ele não fala português, I think, is how what I would say. I don't speak Portuguese. Ele não fala português. I'm guessing that's right. The conjugation is often what gets me. I'm not very good with conjugated languages. It has something to do with your ligaments/tendons, whatever they're called. Yeah. I think that's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be it. Hey, what you gonna do is one of the lyrics to the theme song in Space Jam. Ah, it was kind of a meme a few years ago. I'm so bad at memes, guys. I've been on the internet. I feel like I just always been on the parts of the internet where memes weren't big. Somehow. I never got exposed. I got exposed to some memes, but only secondhand. I don't know what that's about. I guess I lurk in less memey parts of the internet. Look, it's not possible you only have 36 go up. It deserves recognition. I'm not sure what you mean there, unfortunately. Space Jam with the Looney Tunes? Ah, Space Jam with the Looney Tunes. Yeah. Space Jam is my jam, bro. Is that right? It's your jam. Ok? Você quer dizer como mandar o save at Neko Pun Pun? Oh. I think I can read this. Is that what do you mean to say with the about the save thing? that's how much I can understand. I appreciate you helping to communicate, Ryder. Nice. Are you excited for the sequel? Oh, there's gonna be a sequel. Oh. Tipo oi. Tipo oi. Does that mean it's a hello? Hello? Yeah, this more or less shows you how bad my Portuguese is, but a você só quer uma olá vindo dela? A você só quer uma olá vindo dela? You would like to say a hello to her? Yeah? É tipo isso. Chipo. I feel like I should know what chipo means, but I can't remember. I feel like it means something. She just wanted to say and hear a hello from you is all. Oh, I see. Okay, hello, Neko Pun Pun. Hola, oi. Hello, Neko Pun Pun. I appreciate the help, Ryder. It's great having so many people with so many different languages. You can help us communicate. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, look at the time. Oh my. We really have been just chatting this whole time, haven't we? I'm gonna have to end this soon, actually, in a few minutes. But it's been a lot of fun. I guess I should probably wrap up then. I was thinking I might go for one more question, but it might be better to wrap up. Yeah. Do I have anything important to say though? I'll try to get my stream schedule announcement out sooner. I know I'm kind of late on it. Sometimes I don't have the time to put it out, but I don't think there'll be any surprises for next week. So I would expect next week to look a little bit like this week. With more Doki Doki on Tuesday at 22 UTC and some more casual tea time. I want to call it tea time. Can I call it tea time? Do you guys like that? When we just hang out and chat and play some low-key stuff. Tea time with the Tianxia Tea Club. But I'm thinking that'll be next Thursday, so a week from today, same time, 21 UTC. Yeah, that's the plan for now. Official announcement will go out on Twitter though, as usual. So just keep an eye on that. And of course on YouTube I'll try to schedule the videos ahead of time so that you can set your reminders. I sometimes forget. I forget that you have to click the set reminder thing to get reminded, I think. So I'll try to get it out a little earlier, but we'll see. We'll see how much time I have over the weekend. Let's see. Yeah. Q, a little thing you animate well. Oh, thank you. I have a more articulated avatar, but this one's here because my computer's giving issues, so it's our little backup. OMG, doesn't this mean we actually only did 5 questions like I predicted at the start? It's true. It's true. You might be a precog writer. you did you predict exactly right? Is that what you said? 5 questions? MGS writer knows all. You're our stats master after all. I guess if anyone were gonna predict the number correctly, it would be you. Tea time hype? Yeah. If y'all like it, I think I might start trying to call it that. I like it. Tea time. Choice scarf infernape. Eh? He kinda be sweeping though. I'm not sure I understand. Not sure I understand. Looking forward to that stream. I had a lot of fun today. Honestly, one of the most fun streams we had for me. Oh, thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure to be here. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you enjoy my streams. It's really nice. It's really nice hanging out with all of you. I have a lot of fun. After I sign off, my family's always like, "Why are you so excited?" What are you so excited about? But it's just a whole lot of fun, you know? Hanging out with all of you. So, I'm glad y'all like it too and y'all keep coming back. I feel like this question applies to me here. I'm always like, oh, I wonder if they actually enjoy hanging out. I would like to know what they all truly think about me and my stream. But I guess that's the mind reading thing again, right? Y'all are willing to hang out even through all my technical difficulties, which I'm so grateful for. So I like to think that y'all are enjoying yourself as much as I am. I like to think so. Yeah. OMG, what a cute voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Neko Poon Poon. I appreciate it. Alright. I think it's come down to that time now, though. I don't know about all of you, but my clock has just ticked over the hour. So I think I gotta head off and go prepare for the next thing I have to do. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I hope to see y'all next week. Usual time, usual place. My tea teacher likes to say, same bat time, same bat channel. Your laugh voice is as sweet as a bard's song. Wow. Waxing poetic there. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, everyone. It's been a blast. It's been great. Let's chat more soon. And I'll hope to see you all next time. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for the good times, everyone. Signing off. See you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.